Guys, what is up? Long time no see. Literally, it has been I don't even know, 2 months since I've talked to you guys, and I don't even know how to say anything. I don't even know how to talk anymore. Basically, I've been doing a lot of traveling, seeing a lot of family, trying to figure my life out, slash 20% of it was the fact that I didn't actually want to put makeup on. Today, I don't know, I post regularly, yeah, okay, pro YouTuber over here. Okay, anyways, today I wanted to talk to you guys about my Vampire Diaries trip. So this was just a highlight of my high school years because I love the Vampire Diaries, still love the Vampire Diaries. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Watch Gossip Girl first and then watch Vampire Diaries. Okay, anyways. So if you don't know, Vampire Diaries, obviously it's a show about vampires. I'm not going to go into the whole synopsis here, SparkNotes version. But Vampire Diaries is filmed in Georgia. And my dad just so conveniently lived in Georgia, okay? When I was in Georgia visiting my dad, I read about I don't know the correct whatever that is. This is sad. I need to go to school. I read about an event for Ian Somerhalder's foundation, and if you guys aren't familiar with that, Ian Somerhalder plays Damon on the TV show. I'll try to put a picture of him here-ish, he's beautiful, whatever. He was always my favorite character in the show. I read about an event his foundation was having, so he's very, trying to help the world, better the world, save animals, pick up trash, just better our environment. So that's kind of what his foundation is about. I read about an event for kids. At the time, I want to say this was probably my freshman year of high school, so I probably was 14, 15-ish. I read about this event, and it was for children specifically, and it was the first time this event ever happened, and it was marketed towards children to present ideas on how to better the world. It was basically a conference thing to present your ideas in front of ISF, the Ian Somerhalder Foundation, directly. So immediately I heard about this. I freaked out because I was in Georgia. Ian Somerhalder, what? This was all these things that I cared about suddenly thrown into one situation. So I had to come up with an idea to help better the world, I have a best friend, obviously, that I talk about in a couple of my videos, and I needed to get her on board with this. She didn't have an option. We were going to go to Georgia. We were going to go to this event. We were going to meet Ian Somerhalder. We were going to be awesome. We're going to win this contest, whatever. So we came up with this concept that we presented. I'm not going to go really into detail because it doesn't really make a difference in the story. But anyway, we got really hyped behind this idea that we created. So we convinced our parents to let us fly to Georgia and go to this event. Now, around the same time, they were doing a Vampire Diaries convention in the same area, because I'm assuming all of the cast members were there for ISF / this conference. It was a good time to get everything done. So myself, being who I am, I don't know, what was that intro? I went on Priceline to get a hotel room for this whole thing. I think it was just a weekend because, again, I was in school, so I had school Monday through Friday. So it must have just been a Friday night to Sunday morning, Sunday night thing. So we got on Priceline, booked a hotel room. Weirdly, didn't know this at the time, ended up at the hotel that the Vampire Diaries convention was being held at. So all of the cast members were staying at this hotel, during the day because they were there for this meet and greet convention thing. Now, I don't remember when Vampire Diaries started, but it must have been really early on because this convention was just really in the lobby of a hotel. It wasn't a big thing. It wasn't at a convention center. It was literally just in a hotel. So we flew to Georgia, took a red-eye flight to Georgia. The day we got there, they do a Mystic Falls tour where they take you around where they film and the Lockwood Mansion and all of this stuff. So we went on a tour and got to see where they film and, get some insight from the people that live there on, how they film and blah, 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 which was really exciting because, they try to create this little fantasy world in the TV show and then, you get there and you're actually in the town square and the Mystic Grill. Like, everything just looks so cool and authentic for, like, a big fan like myself. So we did the tour during the day. That night, I think it was the ISF event. So, like I said, it was Halloween. So we dressed up in Halloween costumes. We planned this out in advance. My friend and I were going to be Thing 1 and Thing 2. I will try to find a picture of that and put it here-ish so you guys can see our cute little outfits. So we were just hanging out at this ISF event. It was like you sit in a big auditorium, you listen to Ian Somerhalder talk. He's a great public speaker, a very influential person, and was just getting us all motivated and realizing that, like, the future is in our hands, essentially. So we went through this whole thing, got to, like, walk around, talk to him, which was, like, life-changing, for one, because favorite character, like, I go from seeing this vampire guy on TV, like, falling in love with this imaginary character on TV, and then seeing him in real life being this influential, amazing person that he is, it was just like, my heart is bursting. Like, I can't take more Ian Somerhalder cuteness overload, okay? So that happened, and we pitched our idea to the ISF Foundation, whatever. Nothing ever ended up happening with that, but it was still a great experience meeting all of those people, made some great connections, whatever. So that night, like I said, we were at the hotel where the convention was taking place. So we figured out how to get around all these, like, secret I say secret, but they're probably just hallways. I don't know. So we found all these stairwells, hallways, whatever, just to get around, and we kind of had the hotel, like, mapped out, you know? So we were sitting in the lobby, and, like, there was a lobby, and then there was, like, an under level or a lower level where the convention was taking place. So my best friend and I hung out in this lower level to try to watch where stars were going, whatnot. So we're sitting in the lower level, and we see Vicky. I don't know their actor names. I know it's Kaleykray, Elijah. I don't know his real life name. Elijah, Vicky, those two. We see those two leaving the convention, getting in an elevator, okay? So we're like, oh, you know, we got this all mapped out. We know where to go. So we ran up the stairs to meet them at the elevator because they were talking about how they were going to go to the ISF thing. So we are now sitting in the lobby, like, just conveniently there when they get out of the elevator. They complimented our Halloween costumes, and then that was the perfect opportunity to be like, yo, let's take a photo, you know? So I'm asking Kaleykray, Vicky, to take a photo with me, and we got a picture with her. I honestly have no idea where it is, but it was so weird and funny because it was just the two of them and then the two of us. So it was hard to take pictures because there wasn't, like, front cameras at this time. I literally had, like, my Nikon camera. I don't even know. So we're trying to take pictures, and then Elijah just steps in, and he's like, I got this. So he takes a picture for us. Super cool guy. Super fun running into them. We're sitting in the lobby. There's just, like, people around. Like, the girl that plays Bonnie, Kat Graham. There was a character during this time. I don't remember what her name was, but she did play Jeremy's girlfriend. She was there. Convention, how it was, there was, like, different events throughout the night. So there's, like, a Halloween party you could go to, like a 80s party, blah, blah, blah. Because you know how Vampire Diaries has a lot of, like, themed parties every episode. There's always something happening. So they had, like, a Halloween party where everybody was dressed up. We were still in our costumes, and we decided to just sit outside just to see what happened. Some random lady, shout out to this lady, I don't even know, some random lady came up to us, and she was like, oh, like, what are you guys doing? Like, why aren't you in the party? And we're like, oh, we didn't buy tickets, you know, like, we went to the ISF event, and now we're here just hanging out because we're staying here. And she's like, oh my gosh, you should come in with me. Like, as long as you don't drink, like, it's fine. So we just literally walked into this Halloween party, and I'm not kidding. As soon as we walked in, Stephen R. McQueen, so Jeremy, like, he was, I don't even know what he was supposed to be, what his Halloween costume was. He was in, like, tore-up clothing. I don't know. He was literally just running around painting people with, like, green face paint. So everybody was covered in green face paint, and as soon as we walked in, we get, like, dousted. Is dousted a word? I need to go to school. We get dousted with paint, and we're, like, little fangirls, like, freaking out at this point because we're like, that's Jeremy, like, this is what we came here for. How did we end up in this party? We're not 21, we're not supposed to be here, what is going on? So we're in this party. We're little sad children. If you can imagine me not being able to walk up to Harry Styles or Niall, like, me, younger version, wasn't any better. So I'm standing at this party and my whole, like, the only thing I'm thinking about is I need to take a picture with Stephen McQueen. Like, I'm in this party with Stephen McQueen. He's a Bond character. We're taking a photo. So we are just standing in this thing. He comes up to us because the lady that met us is, like, friends with him. Like, she's got the lowdown. She knows everything that's going on. So she gets him to come over to us and I'm like, okay, game on. Game on. So he comes up to us and he's like, hey, hey, hey. And I don't know what took over me, but I was like, I'm gonna hug you. I literally said, I'm gonna hug you, and just hugged him. Hi, I'm creepy. What? So I hugged him, and then I should have led with, can we take a photo first? But then he went, what? But then I was like, well, let's take a picture. So he took a picture with us. He's a super cool guy, super nice. It was just like this insane weekend. So my parents are upstairs sleeping because it is like 12 and we have to leave the next day to go back home to California because this was our quick little Georgia getaway. So I am literally just freaking out because, like, I feel like my childhood dreams are coming true. Little did I know, if I could flash back to that and tell myself, this is the moral of the story. I don't know. How is this a moral of the story? I don't even know what I'm talking about. You guys are probably like, what? She's insane. We didn't miss this girl. So anyways, if I could flash back and tell myself, like, you need to work on talking to celebrities now because your life in a couple years, mind blown. Like, I don't even know. Anyways, we get back up to my parents who are sleeping and we are freaking out. We're like full-fledged, like talking way louder than we should be, like freaking out because we just met Stephen McQueen and we went to a party that we weren't allowed to be in and we took a picture with him and we hugged him and, like, what is my life? And I'm doused in paint. Like, stop. What? How? I don't even know. Like, I went from thinking that I was going to just pitch my idea to ISF, it's going to be chill. Here I am in a party talking to random strangers. It was an insane weekend. Like, I think that, if anything, was, like, the precursor to, like, what I want to do with my life. Like, I definitely want to be in the entertainment industry, and I think just that whole experience, not just running into celebrities, but the experience of seeing where stuff is filmed, how stuff is filmed, just really, influenced me to where I am now. And now this is getting deep, and you guys are like, what is she talking about? I don't know. I'm sorry. I just have so much to say because I haven't seen you guys in so long. That was that little story. I hope you liked it, and I hope to be back making more videos for you guys. If you want to see anything, let me know.